Hi, friends. Welcome to Rate the Dream Life, Love, and Mortgages. I am your host, Melissa Landon. I'm coming in live this week, hence the hat, from Miami. We are down here for CMG's award trip. We were so excited that we are part of the President's Council. I'm pretty sure, yeah, President's Council Award. Got my little badge here. We helped 96 families last year, which is incredible. We are extremely blessed. So we want to thank our referral partners and anyone that referred anybody over to us. So some background history on myself. I know I touched on my personal a little bit last time. So I started in real estate when I was 18. I already done aged myself, told everybody I was 42. So y'all do the math. So when I was 18 years old, I was told I had to go get a real job or I had to go to college. College to me was always grade 13 because I never really knew what I wanted to do. So I was like, that's fine. My family lived, breathed, died real estate. So I was just going to try my hand at that. I went and got my real estate license. That was great. I worked for Century 21 New Millennium in their reload department. And back then, Send Up Mobility was big in helping military people move in and out, et cetera, et cetera. So I worked for that for a little while using my real estate license. After a while, which if you know me, I tend to get bored with certain things. So I was like, well, what next can I do? So I went over to work for a title company and I answered phones. So I answered phones for a really long time, then learned how to read title. Eventually I was trained, got my title license and did closings. And I did that for a really long time. Years wise, I honestly don't even remember. When I left, I was running a couple title companies and it was great. And then once again, Mel got bored and said, what else can I try my hand at? Well, since all I knew was real estate, my father was like, well, try mortgages. So I interviewed with a couple loan officers and joined a really great team and did that for several years as well. 4 years ago, I decided that it was time, when I was actually given a push, they really were pushing me, to start originating on my own. I had been originating under the team for a couple of years, and I said, okay, I can do this by myself. That was 2019, and if we all know what came in 2020, I was not prepared. My goal for 2020 was to do 5 to 6 million in loans. I believe I did 32 million. And a lot of that had to do with refinances, but it gave me a little bit of an ego. Irony. I would say a push more than an ego to be like, oh, I got this. So I continued on the path, created real estate referral partners and lots of others, and off we went. 2 years ago, we made a switch from one mortgage company over here to CMG, and I branched off again and created the Landon Group. So I misspoke on my last video when I said I have a team underneath of me. I didn't mean that rude. A couple of people made commentary. We're on the same playing field. My team is definitely not underneath of me. I couldn't do any of this without them. Christina is my right hand. She is a loan officer and she helps me. I help her. And then we have support staff, but we are all on this level. No one is underneath of us. Someone asked me the other day, so the Landon Group, our logo is making white picket dreams come true. And everyone jokes at that, like, well, where'd that come from? Why'd you decide on that? So funny story is when I was younger, I had a vision in my head that once you made it in life, you got married, you had kids, you had a dog, you bought a house, and in front of your house had a white picket fence. A friend of mine joked about it for years. So when my marketing team was trying to help me to come up with a slogan, I just rambled that off, and here we go. And we like it. So anyways, so here we are, celebrating down here in Miami, and it's really great. And it's also very humbling because I really appreciate all the referrals and the opportunity to work with everybody. So to touch briefly today on mortgages, because I'm going to try to keep these videos shorter than my last video. One of the things we get asked a lot is, how do I know that I'm ready to purchase? Or what if I'm not ready to purchase something? Or what do I do? So I always tell people, talk to a lender anyways. And by lender, I mean me. And let's just see. So there's lots of different moving parts to get you qualified. And even though you might not be interested in purchasing for 6 months or a year, you don't really know what it all entails. We tell you to reach out anyways. And everyone does the same. Well, I don't want my credit run. I don't want a hard pull. That's fine. We can do a soft pull. Still the same thing on our book. But there's so many different programs that you could possibly qualify for, what your down payment is. Everyone has myths about, oh, I don't have 20% saved up or I don't have enough. We have all the programs that can help. And you do not need a big down payment to purchase a house. Then other people say, well, I think renting is just for me. What do you think? Well, everybody's situation is very different. And for some people, renting might be the very best option, right? Pricing, if you know you're going to move, just the cost of it, you don't know. But again, that's not something that I can say without reviewing all your stuff. So the great thing about talking to a lender is that we can determine if you are ready. If, let's say, you're not ready, then we can put a plan in place that helps you get ready, move forward. So we will have you ready by a certain date, or just to say, yeah, you can definitely afford to buy a house. But it's always good to talk to a lender. A lot of stuff we do over here at CMG is different. We have down payment assistance programs. We have all the standard loans, right? VA loans, FHA loans, we're going to touch on all of those too. This is just here to say hi, really, so I don't miss a week. So I am personally very passionate about what I do, if you know me. And the reason is because I enjoy helping other people, right? And buying a house is a lot of times a dream for people, or something that they never think is obtainable. And even if it's your first house, your fifth house, your 10th house, we love to help you, and we're here to help you, and we're looking forward to helping you. So again, short and sweet, Melissa Landon from CMG Home Loans. We're down here. If you have any questions, let us know. Christina is going to be interviewed on next week's. She's sitting behind the camera. I would turn it, but she would be so mad. So we're going to interview Christina. She's going to introduce herself, and she's going to tell you all her good qualities and how she got into the mortgage industry. And then we're going to do some facts and myths about mortgages, pros and cons, and we're going to touch more on different loan programs. So I hope everyone has a fabulous weekend, and we'll talk to you soon. XOXO.